welcome to the ASL Challenger League Round of 16 Group D winners match. This is the first game in that, being on Overgrowth in the top right-hand corner. It is the pink Zerg representing Psystorm Gaming. EnDerr. Woo!
Woo, yeah! And his opponent is going to be the green Zerg player spawning down here in the bottom left from ESC Gaming. I'm playing under attack right now. It is in fact DemiLove.
For a moment, I thought he was just a Korean better that decided to start playing StarCraft, but you know, it will be DemiLove. Both doing essentially the same build so far, except for DemiLove sending out early lanes, which is the exact same thing in the very first game we saw was the opposite actually of his opponent. But yes, exact same build so far. It is diverging now with EnDerr going for a little bit quicker speed, and DemiLove just getting at some quicker lanes just to scout around, see what you can see. A little bit playing not defensively, but safely from DemiLove.
Yeah, just starting things off all pretty ordinary, and it's kind of looks a little bit like first game of the evening from that we saw out of DemiLove. Gets his speed down a little bit slower though this time. I think EnDerr's gone for much faster speed, so we could see if that comes into play later on. Last game, of course, DemiLove did actually have quite an advantage with the speed, or a little bit of one, only like 10 seconds. That 10 seconds can make all the difference. This time, though, EnDerr has quite a significant advantage, and he's looking to press that with a big speed.
60 seconds. Actually, 65 seconds faster.
Yep, and I mean, a bunch of speedlings are going to be on the way as well. I don't think DemiLove will have his Baneling nest by the time these speedlings hit, but he's scouted them coming about as early as he can hope to, as they pop, literally, and this means he will have his own, a bunch of his own lings out, choosing actually not to build a spine crawl, a little bit brave, but he'll be able to get, a 2-queen wall off on that ramp, and he should be just about okay in dealing with this.
Yeah, DemiLove trying to compensate for that late speed with getting the Baneling I said a little bit earlier, but so many drones going down right now. They're actually 0 drones went down. What am I saying? 0 drones went down. EnDerr is getting into the main though, but by now there's a lot of lings, but they are on creep. So DemiLove may be able to get a decent surround possibly on these lings. They may get away, but with these 2 queens, 2 queens aren't actually at the ramp. 1 queen pulled back, and looks like the rest of the lings actually pushed out. I'm surprised by that. He literally took 0 damage.
Yeah, I'm not particularly surprised. DemiLove reacted to that really well. He got all the prerequisites he needs. A bunch of lings flooding in from DemiLove now, and they're going to head towards that third base and try and get a cancel on it. Of course, EnDerr does have banelings of his own out now, so a couple of decent hits there, but there's just 1 more baneling, but looks like EnDerr will be able to push his way.
There was almost a big baneling. The 1 baneling of EnDerr was in the middle of 5 banelings of DemiLove, so that was almost really big right there. And it wasn't. DemiLove was prepared, but I mean, you literally just lost 0. It wasn't like 1 lane got in and worked on. He just didn't lose anything. But yeah, looks like some nice baneling wars going on right now. DemiLove almost keeping EnDerr out, but EnDerr just keeps kind of slipping by, sending a few lings into the main, and at least doing just a little bit of harassment. Actually, EnDerr is leading by the third base of DemiLove. Spots it. Both players playing pretty much same economy right now, except for EnDerr is getting +1 ground from this. But actually, let me make sure. 32 workers to 39, so a little bit more for EnDerr, but not a crazy amount.
Yeah, it's certainly not a huge number, and a couple of aliens trading themselves for each other. But of course, he does have that third hatchery as well, which means his production is a little bit better. His capacity to mine from those 2 workers is just a tiny bit better. But this is something that DemiLove wants to take care of. He's going to run in here towards this third base, try and take it out. Some okay baneling hits go down for EnDerr, and Oh, but now DemiLove's banelings move in. He's got a bunch of lings here, and he's going to take out the final baneling for EnDerr. But no, 3 more come in, and oh, pretty big hits. But he's got nothing to back them up with, so his third base will fall with after a huge link flood. Big investment into taking that down from DemiLove will finally see success and be able to remove it. And across the map, DemiLove has gotten his own third base up, and that's EnDerr's turn to apply the pressure.
DemiLove has so many lings right now in this position. He was forced out a lot of lings early on. And it was really the queens worked on those lings and killed a lot of them while the lings of EnDerr were in the natural of DemiLove. And then after that, DemiLove pushed out so many lings that he's really kind of taken a lead and hasn't quite lost it yet, even though his speed was a lot slower. We do see the third of EnDerr going back up in this position. And for EnDerr, I mean, he does have a layer now, and he's on 3 gas. I mean, he is roach out, so he is going roaches, but I'm a little bit weirded out just production wise, just because he is not on that third base up and is not of a queen there.
Oh, huge baneling hit there goes off. Really nice little bit of micro from oh, that's another really good baneling hit. And yeah, I was just about to say EnDerr did. I really liked how he split the lings and sent like 3 of them morphed up banelings there, and sent 2 of them morphed up banelings up in the top left, and that really paid out for him. Huge baneling hit there, took out about 5 workers, just after one that took out a bunch of lings as well. So really nice couple of baneling hits within a few seconds apart for EnDerr, and and that kind of evened it up a little bit. DemiLove is still a tiny bit ahead in terms of workers, but EnDerr's definitely looking, much more competitive after those couple baneling hits. Yeah.
Oh, looks like actually one baneling survives the little attack there. Another ling will go up and actually won't get it. So EnDerr's looking better and better here, getting out his roach upgrades, roach speed, +1 attack. And he is on +1 armor, though, which is what's really nice and kind of helping him in some of these positions right now for EnDerr. So he will have a little bit of an upgrade lead, but his third is a lot more delayed than DemiLove, and it's currently 48 to 54 workers. So still a little bit different, but DemiLove is keeping a little bit ahead in worker count just because he had the third a little bit earlier. But there is a queen at the third right now, and yeah, I mean, right now for DemiLove, obviously for both these players, they're going to keep going roaches for a little while, but where do you think you should kind of go from here?
It's a bit tough to say. I think obviously DemiLove is actually, both players kind of transitioning towards roaches right now. The Lingbane stage mid game has early game has kind of passed, but I kind of feel like DemiLove has gone into roaches a little later, and particularly with these few running past towards his main base, are going to be really difficult to deal with, because this is what we see. EnDerr just kind of moving around with his roaches. He showed really great roach control in multiple locations in his ZVP, and it's if anything easier in ZVZ, because there's always some kind of opportunity to do damage with a bunch of roaches, even if it's not necessarily efficient. You're just fighting against other roaches, and so he kills off a few drones in the main, kills off a couple roaches and a couple drones just going towards the third base, and comes out with the drone lead where previously he had a deficit.
Yeah, I really love out of EnDerr, showing like he has in previous games, playing really harassment heavy style, which I like. And it's looking quite good for him. EnDerr moving into his third base, he's going for the defense, but it looks like actually DemiLove is kind of gearing up for a big attack on the third base. Baneling's morphing in. All his lings going to Baneling, which I think is a good idea in this position right here. Getting all his roaches together. But still for EnDerr, he is at 1-1 while DemiLove is not at that 1-1, so a little bit of an upgrade there, at least for EnDerr's armor, but it looks like a very nice concave by DemiLove so far. It looks like he's a lot more than EnDerr, actually. Even with the Banelings not engaging it, these Banelings will not kill the roaches, though, even more because of the armor. Looks like Banelings doing a lot of damage, though, into those roaches. Not exactly concave, but just so many more roaches right now for DemiLove, and he's really just doing so much damage here, moving forward very quickly, using that melee attack, and looks like, I'm guessing he's taking his third. More links coming in, and more roaches, but on the other side of the map, it looks like DemiLove's natural was pretty much killed entirely, all the roaches.
Yeah, DemiLove taking a bunch of damage back home for this, but he's doing so much to EnDerr. He's pushing through. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough, though, but no, with more reinforcements coming in for DemiLove, this should be enough to break the natural. He's certainly taken down a lot of drones. Back home, he has also cleaned up the force that was attacking his own base, and so all aggression he can dedicate 100% of his attention to taking down this Naptor, taking down EnDerr.
Yeah. Roaches streaming across the map, looking better and better for him. There was those few roaches we were saying before in the main of DemiLove, but I mean those pretty much clean up. GG. DemiLove takes game 1 in this first place matchup. So DemiLove looking like, yeah, I feel like he just straight up played really strong in that game.
Okay, guys, welcome back to game number 2 of the winners match. And the player currently down 1-0. 1 game away from falling down to the Lazarus bracket. Is this player, the pink Zerg from Skystorm Gaming, EnDerr.
And his opponent in the top right-hand corner, currently up 1 game in this best of 3 winners match series, playing for ESC Gaming, the red Zerg, it is DemiLove, playing under the lovely ID Ratna. You start off the game, pretty much the exact same builds, except for we do see out of EnDerr getting a little bit of early gas. Like we saw in the previous game, he's probably going to go for that earlier speed and not an all-in by any means, but definitely some aggression.
Yeah, there's the distinct possibility of aggression, of course, coming out of EnDerr. He did go for a really fast Ling speed last game. I didn't catch what his opening was last game, but I kind of feel like it has to be pretty similar to this.
It was exactly this.
Yeah, I thought so. Just because, I mean, his Ling speed was very fast. DemiLove last game went for, in our first series, in the first game of the night, went for a pretty speedy speed himself. But EnDerr's was way ahead of his, about a minute ahead. So, I mean, we see the same sort of comparative timing again. A little bit faster for DemiLove this time, but yeah, EnDerr, really fast speed. I think we're just going to see the same sort of style coming out of him with another big flood of Lings, about 10 to 20 Lings as soon as his speed is about to finish up. The question is whether or not DemiLove catches onto it and defends it as well as he did last time.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly that. It's really going to be important whether he scouts it, because in the first game, it was denied so well because he scouted it and reacted literally just perfectly to it. Lost 0 workers, and that'll be important to see what's going to down. Again, a Spinecrawler will go down for DemiLove, not like the first game, though. He decided not to do that, so he's being a little bit wary here. Getting no Baneling Nest so far, but we still haven't seen the Lings coming out of EnDerr yet. Still just macroing up, but it looks like EnDerr's speed will be about 50 seconds ahead. A little bit, not quite as far ahead as we saw in the first game, but actually, interestingly enough, he's actually forcing DemiLove to be a little bit nervous, pumping out Lings and putting all his drones into the main, so he's actually oversaturated. I'm really curious to see how this is going to affect DemiLove, because he's definitely playing. I mean, he thinks something huge is going to go down. The just psychological aspect of EnDerr being down 1 game, I think he just thinks he's going to go all in or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's not wrong. There's a bunch of Lings that he now sees streaming across the map, and I mean, he's got a lot lower drone count this time, but he does have still, again, I should say, these big flood of slowlings, and there's no transfuse on that queen. That's a bit unfortunate. He did have energy for that and could have saved it, but I mean, already EnDerr has actually done a little bit more damage than he did before, because last time he did almost nothing, and this time he has at least killed queen. Which,
I mean, literally, he didn't kill anything but Lings the first time. We see Banelings morphing in for DemiLove. He's kind of defended this first attack and has gotten by that period where EnDerr is an advantage because of speed. They now both have speed, and Banelings are out. So I feel like DemiLove is in a much better position because just EnDerr does not have Banelings yet. And if DemiLove can get some nice hits on this and push EnDerr back, DemiLove is going to be going for going to have a really distinct advantage.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough for him to hold on. But these 3 banelings are really nice, especially given that DemiLove did manage to look at the little taste loop running away from those lings. Yeah, I mean, DemiLove is now the one trying to put on the aggression, and he's got to kind of wait for his banelings to catch up though. But now he's got a big swell of his own lings, and nice little split up from EnDerr, but he doesn't manage to get the baneling. And now EnDerr's gonna move forward with his banelings, and oh my god! Huge hit there. Just lings strewn across the.
But same time, EnDerr took a ton of damage because of the banelings of DemiLove. Wow.
Yeah, and DemiLove just has so many banelings that, so many lings that it doesn't even really matter. EnDerr swarms in, but DemiLove's own reinforcing lings should be able to clean this up in conjunction with the Queen without too much trouble. But yeah, both players kind of have to back off a little bit after that.
Yes and no. I think DemiLove really needs to go for it right now because at the moment it is... Sorry, my bad. Hit the wrong button. It is 27 workers to 37, and for a while it was 22 to 37. So, I mean, right now, DemiLove is down a lot of workers here, and he's got to be very, very careful. I think actually he should keep up the aggression, but he does not want to be too greedy or anything because he can lose a lot in that. But we do see banelings going ahead of first this time. And we keep on. Oh, okay, decent. We keep almost seeing huge baneling hits, and they just kind of high five and keep going.
Yeah, it's pretty close, but I mean, DemiLove has done really nicely at splitting his own banelings up so far. But these banelings getting into the middle line, I mean, they're going to kill quite a few. Yeah, way too many workers when DemiLove was already behind, and he's going to tap out GG.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the final game of the winners match of Group D of the round of 16 in Challenger League. In the top spawn position of Bonnie Research Station, representing ESC Gaming, the Green Zerg, playing under the ID Ratna, it is DemiLove.
And his opponent, down here in the bottom spawn on Barney Reset Station, the Red Zerg playing for Storm Gaming, EnDerr.
You took that most amazing introduction, that EnDerr, away from me, but yes. As you're saying, EnDerr really needs to vary something in this third game of the best of 3, because in all the previous games with the exact same build, DemiLove's kind of learning from it. In the second game, DemiLove was really kind of freaked out that EnDerr, I think, was just going all in, but he didn't see that. So, really curious to see how these players will react to each other in this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they change things up, especially given this is going to be their first in-base natural map as well. And I mean, so far it looks like both players have reacted to it by taking a pretty fast natural. And yeah, I quite like that. EnDerr once again going for a really fast speed though, so we'll see how he uses that. On Vulnerable Station, I feel like it's going to be really, really easy to defend any kind of speeding knowledge that come and hit you on one base. As we see, DemiLove actually has a nice little wall in up.
DemiLove not going to happen.
Yeah, that scout's not getting in. Oh, or is it? Maybe I spoke too soon, but with 2 queens, it will only see that there is gas. Important information, nonetheless.
Yeah, I didn't see that before, though, so that would have been nice to be able to deny it, but he did not. And, I mean, both players... So, okay, what I'm kind of wondering here is for EnDerr, is obviously we were saying he's really got to change something up, and I'm wondering if he's not going to change the early game up, but possibly going to go into something like quick roaches, and obviously we're not saying that yet because he does not have those drones in the lanes, but I'd like to see it maybe surpass the early game and go into the mid game quickly.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I think gasless is a great way to do that, but obviously none of these players is actually going gasless. I don't know, I kind of feel like so far it seems to me neither player has been in a hurry in any of their games to get into the late game. They both seem pretty comfortable in that kind of Lingbane style in the mid game. So we'll we'll see how it goes down.
Early layer coming out for DemiLove though, or not. Yeah, pretty early layer coming out for DemiLove, and especially when no aggression has really come down. He's denied multiple scouts, but right now, I mean, DemiLove, he has a scout into his opponent, but really had not seen whatever he's made. Obviously, we don't see out of EnDerr being very aggressive, but interesting from both of them. Kind of like I was saying, trying to get into that mid game quickly.
As I say, I mean, well, they kind of heard me saying, but neither players tried to skip the early game. They both been pretty comfortable, and then they both decide to skip it and go straight into roaches. And there we go. It just proves players are a fickle bunch. And yeah, of course, DemiLove gets that a little bit faster, so his roaches will be out a tiny bit quicker, and he gets his upgrade and his roach speed that bit faster, which will be really, really nice. He's also got a little bit faster econ as well, so he should be in a great position to start taking third bases and going onwards, or just do a big roach push. Third bases from both players coming out, and we're gonna go straight into mid game, straight into the roach wars.
Yeah, we do see that coming out though, but it does look like DemiLove is getting the +1 missile attack, so he's going to be a little bit more prepared for these roach wars. And off the third base, it's looking good for him if he can kind of. Especially with he's pumped out not more roaches, but is a couple more roaches, or not more roaches, but earlier roaches than EnDerr right now. And I'm kind of favoring DemiLove right now. Just it's pretty early on, but I feel like he's in a nice position here. And it's really going to come down to, it's really going to come down to how they're going to be able to do the aggression and just the little pokes in here and there. And then I want to say I favor EnDerr in that position at least.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit interesting, or it's going to be very interesting to see how it will play out. I kind of agree, and there's a little bit favorite. How actually, I'm just looking at the minimap right now, and DemiLove's Overlord spread is really nice. Both players, obviously, it's ZVZ. They can both get fantastic vision with their Overlords, but DemiLove has a fantastic spread covering all the kind of major attack paths, or on their way to do so. And this means that EnDerr's kind of, I hesitate to say signature, but the multi-pronged attack style he's been showing so powerfully in the rest of his games today is going to be a bit more difficult to pull off, because DemiLove will have much, much more advanced warning of any roach hits was coming to spew acid on any of his bases.
Yeah, EnDerr is though pushing away a lot of these overlords that come near his creep with these queens though, so really good for him trying to deny that. Changeling will be taken out by DemiLove right there, just making sure that no scouting gets up into his base. I mean, he's not really trying to hide anything, but definitely that's important right now. And double Evo Chamber though for DemiLove, and on the other side for EnDerr, double Evo Chamber also, just not getting the upgrades quite as quickly as DemiLove is. Not quite, of course. DemiLove did get his lair a little bit faster, and I think his just gas a little bit faster in general as well, so he does have a small lead in all those upgrades, and that's going to turn into a much bigger one, given that he's now going for double upgrades, although they'll equalize a little bit on the 2-2 timing, because it's a big investment, especially in ZVZ, to go for +3, having to get the infestation pit and the hive, and obviously +3 itself. You invest a lot into it for very little return for quite some time. Of course, EnDerr is actually getting his infestation pit pretty quickly, and I'm interested to see what upgrade we first see come out of that, because that will give us a solid indication of what units it's going to be. And it's going to be Pathogen Glands, so we're going to see some fast fungals being mixed in for EnDerr, and this adds a lot of power in engagements. Nice little, very nice contaminate there from DemiLove, gonna secure his upgrade lead even more solidly. And so whilst the fungal growth will do really nicely, I kind of feel like you want Roach Hydra a lot more for fungal growth, so you can take advantage of a much longer range of Hydra. Yeah. Roach versus Roach, I don't feel like the fungal growth is as impactful. I agree, and especially when roaches are just a little bit bigger than hydras, actually size-wise, and so you get more against the hydras. Either way, if you do go more into those hydras, I feel like funnel roaches isn't as good against roaches, anyways. But hydras are good and not so good versus that. But I think the range on hydras definitely affects it. We do see, though, I really like from DemiLove getting a lot of scouting in with Overlord speed, and the same thing from, or not the same thing, EnDerr does have Overlord speed also, but is really kind of hanging back, but DemiLove just constantly sending Overlords in to see what he can see, making sure he knows where the army is, and I really, really like that from him. Now, off the back of this, we do see EnDerr actually going into those Hydralisks, but not and getting the Infestors. So, kind of like what you were saying, it looks like DemiLove going for more Roach Infestor, while we see out of EnDerr going for the composition you're kind of favoring in that way.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think DemiLove is being a bit more patient, sticking on roaches for so long, but I think this will pay off for him really nicely. EnDerr actually going for the gold base, very, very greedy, but DemiLove actually, for all the great Overlord spread I was praising him for, hasn't actually spotted it yet, so we should see now, just with that Overseer obviously over EnDerr's army, he should kind of spot that there's a bunch of units moving over there, and he'll start to have some kind of idea that something's going on in that kind of corner of the map.
Spines. I love that. Throwing an Overlord down just for 6 spines is kind of funny right there. Being really, really defensive of that third base because he knows that'll give him the advantage in this game if he can secure it. But DemiLove's fourth base is done faster than EnDerr's, but I was saying EnDerr's these nice little like roach four roach hit squads, and DemiLove also has not quite saturated. Actually saturating it now, not completely, but getting a lot more drones than 10. But it looks like the little hit squad of EnDerr is moving in, but all on the move command, not actually on attack. And I like that and I don't like that. It allows them to get into such funny positions behind the enemy lines, but it also it kind of gives up some good positions to take.
Yeah, he does manage to kill off a couple of roaches before DemiLove actually reacts to it and does anything. This roach is actually going to kill off like 3 drones just by itself. Oh, no, not quite. The focus fire wasn't enough, but whoa, some more drones actually got into the main base and secured some kills, and a couple into the natural too. So this is kind of what I was talking about with EnDerr and his little roach run bys. Just 3 roaches, enough to one-shot drones. Or yeah, I mean, good damage done here by EnDerr. But I think DemiLove just killed one of his own roaches. But yeah, really solid damage done by EnDerr, especially impressive considering how DemiLove actually kind of saw those roaches coming from every single angle and should have been able to react. But EnDerr was just in more places than DemiLove can handle, and now he can't attack that gold base. There's way too many spines. There's a bunch of units on their way to his base to trade themselves off a little bit to do a bit of damage. And this is just really, really annoying coming out of EnDerr.
Yeah, most definitely with EnDerr, like we were saying before, just great harassment here. And I love how he has broodlings with that. Or sorry, changeling. This is weird. Yeah, but we do see kind of EnDerr trying to get across the map with his main army to posture into a nice position to take this creep. But so far he's just been taking out overlords, making sure that DemiLove does not know where he's about to hit him. But it looks like, though, DemiLove moving with a lot of roaches and is actually gonna go for the 4th base of EnDerr here. But there is more than 6 spines, 9 spines for EnDerr right there, and his army kind of pulling back with these fungals. And it's gonna be really interesting how this is gonna go down. I feel like EnDerr definitely has the advantage here, especially with these spines. But we do see DemiLove just trying to deny as much creep as he can. But both players have done that quite well against each other.
Oh, this is gonna be a big concave for DemiLove, though. But the fungals can be really, really big in this kind of big clump down the bottom left-hand corner, and they will allow EnDerr to take out the complete top flank of DemiLove's army before moving down to deal with the bottom. And Sick Fungals is already on really, really low health, so crushing engagement there for EnDerr, and DemiLove does have to back off. However, DemiLove's already back up on 200 army supply, and damn, 47 Hydralisks as a remax from EnDerr. From DemiLove, and EnDerr is bringing in some Broodlords, it looks like.
And getting Ultralisk Den, or sorry, not Ultralisk Den. Yeah, Broodlords. What was I thinking that? I was looking at the top. Not even Ultralisk Den Cavern. What am I talking about? But yeah, Broodlords, nice in this position with so many Hydralisks. They put out so much damage that really, unless you can mimic the Hydralisks in clone or not clone. That's what I'm looking to. Unless you can do the same thing, I think Broodlord's probably a very good idea. Both about on the same upgrade level right now, both 2/2, and this is going to be really interesting how we're going to see EnDerr defend this because I feel like definitely they're saying so many spine crawlers, but actually engaging in a bad position. DemiLove is a very, very nice concave. There's so many Hydralisks that just pumps out so much damage. On the right-hand side, DemiLove actually just saying not going to go towards those spine crawlers. A few fungals almost happened from EnDerr, and that would have been really cool to see them fungal next to the spine crawlers. We won't see that, though. DemiLove going actually to the third base with even more spine crawlers there, and it looks like EnDerr is going to get a decent concave and push him back so far. Both players on quite minimal creep spread, actually.
Yeah, at the minute, very difficult for DemiLove to actually break into EnDerr's, heavily fortified with those spine crawlers bases, and EnDerr not really bothering with spine crawlers, just avoiding them where they are and sending those little roach hit squads all around the map and just being really, really annoying. Now, DemiLove getting in some of his own infestors. Those will be really, really great with the Hydralisk, as I talked about before. Really help the Hydralisk kind of abuse their range. However, it's going to be tough to deal with these Broodlords. DemiLove's really going to need Corruptors of his own to deal with them. Otherwise, there's no Blink Stalkers to blink on the Hydralisk. The Hydralisk kind of have their pathing really messed up by the Broodling, so it can be extremely difficult to get underneath them. Add that to the fact that you could be fungled, or you could just be in an engagement where you're already taking damage from the rest of the army, and you can't afford to just just ignore the Broodlords until the engagement is over, when you can try and run them down. But all too often, that's what you basically have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. You definitely can't ignore them, but at some points you do have to ignore them. And yeah, as I was saying just before, a lot of denial of creep spread, which I really like both these players pretty much. Normally in ZVZ, there's a lot of room you see, but they've denied that quite well. Broodlord's moving in, but very, very slow. Now, there is no air for DemiLove. I'd love to see him push out a few Metalisks just to kind of harass these Broodlords once he sees them, but I do think he knows that Broodlords are coming. And right now, EnDerr's army is looking pretty small, though. I know he is maxed out, but compared to the army of DemiLove, it looks quite small.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary. They're both ooh,
DemiLove's 2/2 though. EnDerr's
pretty big army supply advantage. Oh yeah, he has no answer to the Broodlords, and actually just immediate GG.